All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got more Arabs being crazy. Let's take a look at this clip from Memory TV. I'm Tall, the Traveling Cloud, your favorite white colonizer, coming to you live from the United States of America. Let's see this.
ما يجري في قطاع غزة عملية إبادة حقيقية. هنا نشهد العقيدة الصهيونية تتجلى بأوضح صورها، الإبادة والتهجير. هذه العقيدة التي نشأت عليها العقيدة الصهيونية، ونشأت عليها في القرن السادس عشر أو
Real quick before we continue, just pay attention to his skin color and mine. Yet I'm the white colonizer. Okay.
القرن السابع عشر شهدنا هذا الكلام في الولايات المتحدة التي نشأت هذا النظام السياسي أيضا الذي نشأ على أرضية الإبادة والتهجير. الآن طبعا هذا يبرر صمت الولايات المتحدة عن هذه المجزرة في الضفة في قطاع غزة وما يجري فيها. عقيدة الإبادة والتهجير هي نفس العقيدة التي أسست عليها الولايات المتحدة، استعمار، إبادة وقتل.
يعني ما يجري اليوم في غزة هو ليس بالبريء، يعني هو نموذج حصل عبر التاريخ ويكرر.
حصل أنشئت الولايات المتحدة على حقيقة أساسية، هي دولة استعمارية، هو استعمار أتى من أوروبا على أرض بها شعب، بها أكثر من 100 مليون هندي. استوطنت
Was there 100 million? Were there 100 million Native Americans? I'm not saying it's not, but this doesn't sound accurate. I may be wrong. 100 million Native Americans?
الأرض وقتلت الشعب. لم ترد التهجير، إنما قتلت الشعب. تم قتل أكثر من 100 مليون هندي أحمر بمختلف الوسائل المحرمة دوليا، والتي الولايات المتحدة الآن تحاسب بموجبها بحرب جرثومية، حرب كيميائية استمرت أكثر من قرن على الهنود الحمر في الولايات المتحدة. الآن العقيدة الصهيونية طبعا أرضيتها عقيدة توراتية، ما تم وما جرى في الولايات المتحدة. في الولايات المتحدة طبعا كان الهنود الحمر يدعوهم الكنعانيين أو العماليق أو مسميات طبعا توراتية نسمعها الآن طبعا في فلسطين. ما يجري في قطاع غزة طبعا هو تجسيد للعقيدة الصهيونية التي أرادت تدمير هذا الشعب، القضاء على هذا الشعب أو تهجيره.
I never understood this ideology coming from Arabs, and I'm gonna dispel a lot of this racist propaganda he's talking about right now. He makes the claim, by the way, there's actually something I do agree with him on. It's impossible to deny the fact that America was built on the foundations of colonialism. It was, and it was a terrible thing that happened to the Native Americans. I've done some work in my past in the career that I've been working on, doing the Traveling Cloud, the travel videos. I worked with a handful of Native American groups and got testimony from them of how horrible things happened to him. And it is true. It is very, very terrible what happened to the Native Americans here. I have a very hard time settling and processing that. And the fact that even I grew up in Florida on Miccosukee and Seminole land, it's true. It's a tough pill to swallow as an American that, you know, these terrible things happen to this honestly very wonderful group of people, at least how they are today. Very, very wonderful, wholesome, welcoming group of people. Now, I know there's another side to it that, you know, Native American tribes were warring with each other and quote unquote uncivilized before, and there was a lot of tribal warfare and diseases, and it was very bad, and it wasn't like a kumbaya paradise. Like there were wars happening left and right between Wisconsin to North Dakota, you know, and between Florida to California. Native American tribes were fighting with each other. It's not perfect, but something that this lovely Arab man, by the way, who looks like the manifestation of George Washington in the Middle East, so somehow I'm the white colonizer and he's not, something he negates is the fact that in Arab colonialism, the exact same thing that happened. How did Palestine become Arabic exactly? How did Lebanon or Syria become Arab? Iraq, how did it become Arab? What about Morocco or Algeria? Did you guys just waltz in there with the Quran and everybody was like, Allahu Akbar? No. You fought violently against many people, including the locals of the land. You ethnically cleansed most of the ethnic minorities there and continue to do so till this very day. You treat ethnic minorities, you say that Native Americans in America are suffering, and they are. I'm not saying that they're not, but you do exactly the same thing or worse to ethnic minorities all across the Middle East. What the fuck are you on about? You're not struggling. You guys are literally the leeches at the top of the society. This is the Arab nationalists, Arab supremacists, and you're sucking the resources and sucking the life out of all the local people, out of everyone. So if anything, if there's any sort of comparison to be drawn here between America and you, America and Israel, America is somebody in the Middle East, it's America and you, not America and Israel. Look at a map of the Middle East and look at the Arabized, Islamized world and look at Israel. It's the size of New Jersey. It's tiny compared to millions upon millions of kilometers of land that you have. And roughly 400 million people that fall into your ideology, literally dwarfing America. You're larger than America in population size. So come to me real quick about who's the colonizer in this region and who's not. And again, as an American who's a proud American, and I love the United States of America, this isn't a criticism of America in the modern day, but you cannot deny the fact that terrible things were done during the establishment of this country. Racist, horrible things were done during the establishment of this country. It's a true fact, and I take pride in being able to acknowledge that as a Jewish American, as an Israeli American, as a dual national of both countries. There were bad things done during the establishment of the creation of the State of Israel as well. There were very bad things, but it dwarfs in comparison to what the Arab world has been doing for the last 1,000 years and continues to do so today in the Middle East. It dwarfs in comparison. It's not even remotely close. So my question to this Arab man is, have you looked in the mirror and have you acknowledged the fact that you are not innocent? You have a lot of bodies in your closet, and it's time you start organizing them. Maybe look at the comparisons of what your society has done to America before you start criticizing Israel. That's the foremost. And if you think that this Zionist ideology, comes from the Torah and it's so evil because it comes from the Torah, why the hell does your Quran quote the Torah so often? Why is your holy sacred Quran literally a copy of the Quran in the first 200 pages? Or sorry, a copy of the Torah. Why does your Quran mention the people of the Torah in good spirits, mention the people of the book, which is the Torah, and the Am Yisrael who comes from the Torah? Why does it talk about all the prophets in the Torah so often if this is something that Muslims shouldn't touch and should be aware of? I'm just saying. I mean, there's a lot of fallacies in your argument, sir, and it's probably time you take a look in the mirror. Will you? No, because you're Arab. Will you be able to acknowledge a mistake in your action? No, because you're a brainwashed Muslim who's not able to do that, unfortunately. I wish a better solution for the future, but it's probably just not going to happen. Anyhow, hope that wasn't too roast-worthy. Hope that wasn't too salty. See you guys next one. Love you a long time. Goodbye, class.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.